Last time I talked about what is the common problems, the common condition, whatever called the side effect in Qigong practice. I get a lot of email and people asking why I cannot practice different things together. How do I do that? I say, hey, it's a great question. It's a difficult answer. It's a very difficult answer, particularly difficult answer in the Western minds, in that kind of mind. It's not a Western mind, it's called a modern mind. So in a modern mind, we all want more. We think more is better, right? We never think less is more, right? So before we do this, we have to understand one more thing. So why cannot do that? Then we have to go back, what is Qigong real do? Generally speaking, I only say generally speaking, we see two types of the Qigong, generally speaking, right? So one kind of way, most Qigong is movement. Then through different kind of movement, they do all the different movement. You see, posture, beautiful, different thing. It's called a movement. Body move and the posture. So what is the posture going to do? Because beside this visible body, inside has meridians, right? The Qigong is the meridians, which is exactly the Chinese medicine, acupuncture, how do they discover that? It's not based on some kind of example, you do use a human to test. No, it's through Qigong practice, discovered the inner connections, right? Invisible network. It's your energy body. So the idea is through the movement, stimulate these meridians. So the meridians be stimulated, then energy will flow, then body will change. From my experience, any miracles, you want to see the miracle only happen at the meridians level, never happen at the physical level. Right? Materialized level never have a miracle. Only invisible way, meridians. So once your meridians be stimulated, middle requirement, miracle happens. So now we go back to the meridians, right? Different posture goes to the different meridians. Different Qigong exercise, they focus on the different meridians. Right here, that's generally speaking, that's one type of Qigong. Right, so that's why you can see hundreds, thousands different types of Qigong, because each one discover different path, different movement, different postures, right? And then definitely here has one more thing. So I'm not gonna do this. I can say that to you is beside the meridians, that also has a consciousness. And then that's the next level. That's not at the beginning level. Beginning level, just a posture, but unfortunately still cannot be separated. That's why you will see sometimes same thing, same kind of Qigong practice, same movement. Why you follow this system or this master, you don't have a result. You go to the other one, oh, you have a result. Right? You go to the internet now, so many people say, oh, holding the hand here. So everyone holding the hand here, you do hours. So why have no result? Think of this. You do yoga, one posture, why it doesn't have a result? Until one day, you meet one master. They just blessing you, touch your third eye. Suddenly, the movement change. Right? Suddenly, you feel the inside the Kundalini change. How come? They're called the jump start. Your software. I'm telling you, that's the one thing, the most miracle things, mystery. That's the most mystery in the Qigong practice. Also in the yoga practice, it's the same thing. The posture just a show, just a tower, just like antennas, without a signal, without the things. That's nothing. It's something there, right? That's generally speaking. Always say Qigong practice, one from the posture. Second is through the breathing. Right, you will see some kind of breathing exercise, right? The different kind of Qigong has some kind of special breathing, right? So then, therefore, generally speaking, that's two kind. There is other kind. Most time you don't see many people teach this type, but most of what you see is a movement. Because it's a movement, that's always associated meridians, right? That's meridians. Because the movement moving, meridians move. then definitely, then you have a question now. Everybody gonna do that. Then what's the difference? I do the yoga, I practice Tai Chi, I practice other things. Now you go back to the things. Otherwise, it's a quality and a quantity. It's not just you move, right? Otherwise, all the ballet dancing would be the perfect Qigong master. They do ballet all the time. Why they cannot have a Qi? Think about this. Why they do other kind of, why they do the ballroom dancing, why they don't have a Qi? You can have fun and feel good, but doesn't have a Qi. The Qi is different. That posture, that movement cannot stimulate the meridians. In order to stimulate the meridian, you need a specific way, they call it way, how to stimulate it. Otherwise, it doesn't stimulate, it just makes you relax. Right? Just like how many people practice Tai Chi. So does how many people really feel the Qi can move? No, not many. Even in China, millions of people practice Tai Chi. Every morning started in the 4:30. In hours, it doesn't go that way. Right? That still has something called fine lines. And how to tuning in. That's very important. It's a very difficult thing. Now we go back to the same concept. Why cannot do this? Right? Why cannot do that? Suppose many people practice Qigong, there's always a reason, right? Or I want to use Qigong to fix my back pain. Right? Think I'm just use the lower back pain as an example. Okay, I have a lower back pain, so I'm going to choose Qigong. Qigong for lower back pain. It's a great title. You think it's, wow, great. I'm hit in, I'm going to learn. Right? I can help a little bit, doesn't really fix. Now think of this. Does your lower back just lower back it itself? No, lower back connect upper body and the lower body, right? Entire lower back has so many external and internal connect together, right? Women's lower back pain and men's lower back pain is totally different kind of lower back pain and related to different meridians, related to different health issues. And here, still not add on some kind of called physical events, right? If you get accidents, if you get sport injuries, that doesn't count this way, right? So you add this one unless you really understand what caused your lower back pain, right? Now think of this. You say, oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. We say, assuming. Right, we do the assuming. I assuming your lower back pain is caused by your kidney function, generally speaking. Right? It's things, kidney meridians, kidney, that's a Chinese medicine. If you don't know, that's okay, just follow me. Right? Thinking this way. So there are many different ways that can get there, right? Just think this way. If you're at New York, you want to go to the Florida. New York, Florida, you can drive in the car, couple hours, 8 hours, non-stop. Or you take a flight, so go to there, right? So depending, you can go to the non-stop, you can go to the stop. Now think of this, fly, you're right, you take a plane, it's fast, 2 hours. But still doesn't mean 2 hours you can get there, right? If you stuck in the airport, take how many hours? Now if you not go to directly fly to the Florida, you fly to the China, you fly to the New Mexicans, you fly to the different countries, and they make big turns to come back. Even airplane, the speed is much faster than the drive. Still doesn't mean you get there, right? Because you chose different path. Now think this way. It's the same concept. The Qigong practice. You can use Qigong as the vehicle. Guide your Qi to the destiny location, right? Then look good doesn't mean you get there fast, right? Airplanes are fast. Look good doesn't mean you get there fast, right? First. That's exactly why sometimes it's difficult. Now, that's good okay if you go same direction. If you all want to go to the Florida, the same direction. But sometimes it's a totally wrong direction. Totally wrong, different kind of direction. Then how can you go there? Then you confuse the body. Then it's almost impossible to fix the problem. So that's why you practice so hard, then it doesn't have a result. And the worst part, now I'm going to give you one of the worst part. The worst part is you are so unique. Each one is unique, but some people is very unique. It's unbelievable. Their body is built so unique, so sensitive meridians. Now become problem because you are so sensitive, so unique. Now Qi open up your sensibility. Now what's going on? You feel everything. The more sensitive you are, the more unique you are, then the more dangerous you are, because then you definitely cannot mix two things together. Now once you mix two things together, what's happening? You get a nightmare, you get a headache, you get other pains, and now you don't know. Now you think it's all of these problems, right? So that's why when you do this, you really need to think. And particularly for any high level Qigong practice, and definitely they will tell you, do not mix the system, and particularly different concept system. Ask any master, is a traditional training master, they always tell you, do not mix things, practice together. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good result. And sometimes, unfortunately, you might have a side effect. We only heard about the medication has a side effect. No one tell you Qigong has a side effect. But I'm telling you, I know, I open the mouth. I'm telling you, Qigong has side effect. And when Qigong has a side effect, it's the most difficult to change, because it's like a computer, it's a software problem. It's like a virus getting in your computer. It's very difficult to change your system. All right, so that anyone practice Qigong, before you get in this deep practice, you must think this way, and you must see this way. So therefore, at least give you understand why I cannot mix things together, right? Because the more highest level, they need more pure. Think of this. If you just want dating, you don't care, right? Yeah, you do care, but you don't care. Right? You can go to match.com and dating, 2 or 3 people at the same time. But once you become serious and you make a commitment, do you want to do this? You don't want your partner to do that. You don't want your boyfriend to do that. You don't want your girlfriend to do that, right? You want that they pure and love you from my heart. You don't want you dating 2 things, right? 2 people at the same time. It's the same way, because Qi, it's not just energy, it has a consciousness, has a spirit behind it. Right? So you really need to think in this way, then therefore will help you and choose in the good way, because you have to understand yourself. And the Qigong practice is a self-discovery. You want to discover yourself, then you must get in deep. When you get deep, you must be pure. So that's why on the same path, again and again, then sooner or later, you might accomplish something, you might discover something. But if you're all over and go to different areas, different meridians, and when and where, how can you fix? You can't, right? It takes too long. So therefore, when you practice Qigong, and particularly when you're serious, and anyone serious, you're not serious, you just want to taste what is Qigong, that's fine, because it doesn't matter, it wouldn't cause any problem. Just like have fun, right? Experience all energy. You might taste something, you might don't taste anything, so that's okay. But if you are serious, if you want the serious discover this invisible, because it's invisible, no guidelines at there, who knows, right? No one knows what's happening, because each one is a mystery. You are unique. Who knows? They know something, but not know everything. So therefore, you have to be pure yourself. You have to be honest yourself. You have to truly love yourself. You are unique, because it's all about you, individual. You discover your potential. You discover your body, your mind, and your consciousness. Just be true yourself. So this way, you at least chose some different systems and talk to you. Listen to your mind. No, listen to your heart. Don't listen to your mind. Don't be foolish by outside, because look good still doesn't mean it's real good. you have to listen your heart. But second one, you have to use your body. Use your body as the mirror to see, because the body never lie. If that system working for you, is that type of the Qigong good for you, when you practice, you will see the result, because the body never lie.